I really always say that I was more afraid of regret than of a failure.
I agree with that.
So I'd much rather fall on my face than look back and say, God, I wish I had done something.
All right. Hello. It is Tuesday, April 18th. Is that today? Is this episode for today?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, I'm having a fucking day.
No, it's okay. We've been doing it because
we're just so late. Nobody cares. Yeah. We can keep that whole part in here. All right. It's Tuesday, April 18th. I'm having a day. This is the Token CEO podcast. I'm Erika. I'm the CEO of Barstool Sports. If you're having a day and just stuff isn't adding up quite right, or you're way behind, or you're just feeling discombobulated, it's really good to have a stable accountant. Omega Accounting Solutions is a great accounting firm. They help all sorts of small businesses with their accounting and finance needs. They're also experts at the employee retention credit. So if you employed people during COVID, you kept your business alive, you kept people working, you kept the economy going, you did everything you could to keep your dream alive, the government is willing to pay you back. And you are eligible for up to $26,000 per employee. That's $26,000 per employee through something called the Employee Retention Credit. In order to find out about this, you can call 1-855-505-DAVE. That's 1-855-505-DAVE, or visit omegataxcredits.com/barstoolsports now. All it takes is filling out a quick form or having less than a 10-minute conversation, and Omega Accounting Solutions can tell you how they can help your small business needs and if you qualify for the Employee Retention Credit. All right, we have a lot going on here this week. We've got new hires, so we've got new people joining us. We have a commercial officer. We have a COO, which is a chief operations officer. We're trying to get our shit together. I feel like I've had so many conversations about the changes we're trying to make and where we're trying to go. And it's exciting to see people finally here and people here to come help us. So I'm fired up about that. I think change is super hard for people, and evolution and progression is hard for people. I spent a lot of time talking to various different teams last week. And, one thing is I feel like one of the first things you skip at work is talking to the people who do most of the heavy lifting. And I want to get back to that. I'm actually excited for us to have help here so that I can spend more time with the people whose fingers are on the pulse of the internet or on the gears of what we're making. But I also think it's really important because I think it's those people who teach you the most about what's wrong with your company. I feel like one of the things I'm learning about Barstool is some of the shit we do is just inefficient. It's small problems that indicate bigger issues. And I think it's really good to listen to people who work for you or work for people who work for you. So don't lose sight of the people with their fingers on the pulse. I think there's a lot to be learned and there's a lot to be gained. I also, one of the things that I struggle with here is I think sometimes people feel haven't we changed enough? Haven't we done enough? Haven't we evolved enough? And I think the answer is nobody's ever evolved enough. Nothing's ever evolved enough because there's so much opportunity if you push yourself to keep doing and growing. And I'm excited for us to keep doing that. I really struggle with the idea that we shouldn't keep wanting to change. Maybe I'm a freak in that, or maybe I'm a bad boss in it, but that's how I feel about things. What other things are happening? We had an amazing hockey game last weekend, NYPD versus FDNY. I thought the Chicklets team did an incredible job. I was texted Lisa Litvak. I was why is Jeff D. Lowe on the broadcast? And I was Jeff D. Lowe is just a jack of all hosts. That guy can host most anything. It was amazing. I thought the graphics team did an incredible job. I thought All Biz Pete with the broadcast was great. I thought the commercials that we made for Pink Whitney and Chevy, I just could watch commercials all day. Nick Tarani making fun of Biz's potato nose in a Pink Whitney spot that we produced and right followed by a Chevy truck ad is about as good as it gets here. So that's what's happening around here. We have a special guest with us this week. Christina Pardy is the CEO of a little company called Shit That I Knit. Probably not so little, actually. I think she's kind of modest. But she had a job in sales. She lived in Boston, went to Skidmore, loved to knit. Her mom taught her to knit when she was 10 years old. And she was like, you know what? Fuck my sales job. I don't want to do this anymore. All I want to do is knit hats and beanies and sweaters. And so she did. And now she has over 400 women working for her to knit great, beautiful, soft things that people want to wear. So Christina joins us. Our interview will be on Thursday, but for today's episode, she joins us for the Q&A. So we're going to do Q&A together.
Okay.
Are you great with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Sure.
Who you are and what you do?
Do you want me to look in here?
Yeah, you can look anywhere you want.
I'm Christina, and I'm the founder and chief knitting officer of Ship
Ooh,
That I Knit.
chief knitting officer.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so cute. Okay.
Cutesy.
But are you the best knitter in the shop?
In the Boston shop, yeah, not in Peru.
Yeah, the Peruvian women
No,
always kick
they
your ass.
like laugh at me. They're like, "You cannot knit."
They're like, hey,
gringuita.
hey, yeah,
And they're like,
hey,
no,
gringo.
yeah.
Like, I'm watching Narcos right now. Everything is about the gringos. But okay, all right. And you've built this small, great, soon-to-be big company, and you're selling hats and sweaters and knits all over the world.
Yes.
Isn't that so cool?
That's very cool, yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. I'm so psyched for you.
Fun.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, we do Q&A here, and there's not a lot of knitters who write in, but there are people that work in business. All right. So the first one is, I recently made a network connection through a friend's mom at a PE firm. Always a good strategy. I am a 1-year post-grad working in finance, and moving into private equity would be a challenge, but it's a move I'm interested in. I had a great phone call with the man she connected me with, and he told me to stay connected and offered to connect me with another associate that does more of what I do in my current job. I emailed and thanked him for his time. A week later, I emailed him again and asked if I could be connected with someone in the role in the company, blah, 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 most likely what I'm doing. I still haven't heard back from him, and it's been over a week. How should I go from here? Should I send another email or just let it be? You seem like a very persistent person.
A very persistent
All right,
person.
what would Christina do?
I would send another email, but
Okay.
I would also say, like, let me know if I'm bugging you. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And say, like, I won't bug you again, but just wanted to check one more time if you might be able to connect me with so-and-so.
Okay.
And then I wouldn't bug him again.
Okay, one more email and you're done.
One more email and done. What do you do?
Also, I agree with that. I think that's a good way to put it of like, hey, don't want to seem like a psycho,
Yeah.
but I
know you're
would really
busy.
love this opportunity. I know you're
Yeah.
busy. The other thing I would do is not put all my eggs in that basket. So if you really want the PE job, then you should go spam a bunch of PE dorks on LinkedIn or whatever you want to do. Like, you got to find other avenues.
Or maybe go back to the mom, right?
Yeah, go back to the friend of your mom.
Friend of the mom, and see, like, can we go out for coffee sometime and talk about this
Oh, yeah.
in a bigger way? If that's the only connection they have.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And make that person maybe into your mentor.
Oh, that's a good idea. What,
I'm big on
describe how you're big on mentorship?
Well, I'm big on, like, asking people for coffee. Like, let me buy you a coffee, or let me hop on and Zoom
Pick
now.
your
It's so
brain.
easy.
Yeah.
And like, come with prepared questions. Don't just
Definitely.
pick your brain. Don't
Yep.
be like, and
Yeah,
sit
I
there.
agree with that.
It's the worst.
You got to have something to
Have something
to
quick.
offer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then ask, like, can you connect me to 3 people? You know, always try to get out of that meeting with
Oh, okay.
a
That's
few more
good-
connections
Yep.
and work
How
your
did
way.
you do it when you were a salesperson? Like, what was your trick to get people to write you back or answer the phone?
Harass them? No.
Yeah, no, for real. Like,
Yeah,
how'd you do it?
I don't know. I think just being friendly and open and honest about what you're trying to get out of the conversation. But yeah, I'm big on, like, asking people, like, can we meet? Can we get together?
Can I get 15 minutes?
Yeah, 15 minutes. And then, like, what can you get out of that meeting? Maybe they're not the person, but maybe they know someone who's better suited for you.
And then you have to, like, follow up with an email right away. That's like...
And you always have to say thank you. And then I think what people really appreciate is following up with them 6 months later. Like, hey, you know, it was really nice of you to meet with me. Here's kind of where I'm at.
Just quick update on where
quick
I am.
update.
You know what? I got the nicest email the other day from... I had interviewed this woman for a job. Sounds riveting. I interviewed this woman. We were looking for, like, a corporate strategy person. We were looking for, like, a BD guy. And I ultimately didn't hire her. She came from someplace really big and really corporate.
Yeah.
And I didn't hire her, but I really liked her. She was great. Like, she just was very strong. She was different. And she sent me a note out of the blue. This was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Sent me a note like, hey, I took this job here. I still think back to our interview.
Wow.
Here's what I've done. I've been looking at what's happening at Barstool. And I was like, that's so great.
That's really great.
It made me, like, remember that person. I was like, that's awesome. So I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I also feel like a handwritten thank you note is a must.
It's a must.
Are you a thank you note person?
I'm a big thank you note
I'm going to write
person.
you a thank you note for Lisa.
I'm going to write you a thank you note for
This is awesome.
2
I
Fs.
love thank you notes. Do you have shit? This would be a good logo for
a cute thing.
Or like a card.
Yeah, I should make some of those.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We have like little...
Why don't you make t-shirts with us? Do you make t-shirts with us, Anna?
We've made t-shirts before.
They don't
They
sell?
don't sell as well.
Okay, that's fine.
But
Because
maybe
people
at
want the
some point.
hats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe when we're bigger. Someday.
Yeah, maybe when
People
you're
will
bigger.
want-
Yeah.
Like you don't want a logo of a brand you don't really know. Yeah.
But if you made it like insider for knitters.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know?
Just like it's like a little nod.
Like Stitch and Bitch.
Yeah.
Do you do like, there's all sorts of like swear words
There's
you
a lot
can
of-
put with knitting.
A lot of very punny, naughty,
Yeah, there
naughty
is. Like
knitters,
you should make a t-shirt line for that.
Yeah.
Or
just sell it
sweaters,
separately.
like my mother would wear one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that when I was in high school, I always got fucked because my mom would go to like Stitch and Bitch, like they knit or whatever the display mahjong, and then I'd be like, I know she knows exactly what I did last night.
Don't go to that Stitch and Bitch.
Don't go. So Caitlin May's mom is there.
Yeah.
She's going to rat me out. I was drunk at their house. Anyways. Okay, next question, Christina.
Okay.
Is it bad to say you aren't sure if you plan on staying at a company for more than 2 years when asked about your aspirations for the future?
At the job you're at?
Yeah.
I think that I wouldn't say
I
that.
think that's hashtag bad.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Even if you don't have an intention to stay beyond 6 months, like you
Yeah.
don't say so.
No, definitely not.
I had
That's
a
a quick
person
no.
recently when they were talking to someone about a job, new boss. They were like, "Oh, I'm like an idea girl. Like I'm not really into the work. I'm more of an idea person." And I was like, that's like a one-way ticket to getting like laid off.
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's
crazy?
not good.
Same with I don't want to be here in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, you don't say that. Even if
No.
you feel it, you just don't say it. Nobody
Right.
needs to know. I think it's only your business.
Right.
But I do think you could pivot that conversation to say, I'm really looking for these kind of things.
Yeah. Like
know what I
maybe
mean?
you want to grow in a different way in your career
Yeah.
at the current company.
Yeah.
How
I
do
agree
you-
with that. How could you help me, boss?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay, so as I'd mentioned, I'm having a day. When you're having a day, an energy drink is highly, highly advisable. Like I've already kicked the coffee. Now I'm into the energy drink section of my day. What's awesome about C4 Energy is C4 Energy. It's designed to help you sharpen your mental focus, elevate alertness, and it's from the makers of your favorite performance energy drink, C4 Energy. They've got 6 new flavors. They've got an awesome can. I think this is called Ombre. It's beautiful. This is the strawberry guava flavor. What I love about it is that it is 0 sugar. So even though you need an energy boost, you don't need to feel like you're consuming loads and loads of sugar to get it. I'm having a day where I could chug probably 6 of these, which may not be advisable, but I think one of them is super responsible. The can is sleek. It feels good in your hand. It doesn't give you any extra sugar in your diet, and it tastes great. So if you go to c4energy.com, you can get C4 Energy drink, or you can go to Amazon or retailers nationwide. Get C4 and stay focused. All right, Christina, I would love some career advice on career change. I'm currently teaching middle school special education. Okay, this person
tough.
must be a saint.
Yeah.
You should just go into the ministry.
Yeah.
At a public school, but I do not think I can do it for the rest of my life.
Fair.
No shit. Got it. The mental toll it's taking on me, constantly anxious, and I feel like I can never please parents. That's sad and hard.
Yeah.
I'm 28 and I already feel burnt out in this job. I don't have a dream job, and I have no idea what I would do if I went through with changing careers. What is your advice? What would you do if you were this girl?
I would also go like meet with a lot of people.
Okay.
And see what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like go learn.
Yeah, go learn.
I think
What
that,
do you do?
first of all, if you have the patience to do middle school anything, you don't have middle schoolers yet, do you?
No.
You have little kids?
No.
Oh, yeah, just wait till middle school.
Yeah.
All right, middle school, like,
Woo, the 3-year-old's a lot.
I don't know, just wait. 3-year-old's like the best it's going to get. Although
Yeah.
it's tough because you're always like bent over. Are they potty trained at 3?
She's having issues. So.
Oh, all right. So we're a
yeah.
little delayed. Okay. Well,
We're a little delayed on that.
It only gets worse in middle school.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think it's great to. I think it's always good to make a list of like what do you like to do? What are you good at? You clearly are a very patient person. You clearly like teaching other people. Probably like kids. So there's all sorts of jobs that you can do, but sometimes it's hard to imagine what they would be. So maybe you just write down like the things you like to do at work, the things you're good at doing at work, and then imagine all the places you could work.
Yeah.
Like you could work in healthcare. You could work in, obviously, in education. You could work in, You could create a slime factory, you know?
Yeah.
Why not?
That could be fun.
I mean, what were you thinking when you created Shit That I Knit?
What was I thinking?
You were like, I like to knit.
I like to knit. I mean, it was crazy to say I'm going to knit hats for a living. Like, I'm going to quit my job where I was making more money than I make today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, but it was something I loved and I was passionate about it. So yeah, like writing down what you're passionate about, what's going to make you happy every day.
Yeah, what is it like? Maybe you want to bake cookies.
Yeah.
How scared were you? Were you like, I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy?
Like I like cried walking out, like a lot. Like I had like a good sob walking like down State Street in Boston. Like what am I doing?
Oh, it's with all those like big glass buildings.
Yeah, and I was like, I just think this is a really bad idea.
You're like, I'm going to go to the Salty Dog and get drunk in Faneuil Hall, but I can't afford it anymore.
Yeah, I don't have more money. I need to get health insurance. I have to get on Mass whatever. I didn't go to the doctor for a couple of years.
Oh,
I had like Massachusetts whatever insurance, and it was
they were like,
you can go to a really scary dentist or not at all. When I got married, I was like, oh, finally.
Thank you, insurance.
I'm sure we're married for the right reasons. Yeah.
It's like a green card for
Yeah, exactly.
Green card.
And a lot of cavities.
College debt.
Yeah.
It happens.
But that's a daunting thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been like I feel like you're not in like the business world. Like I have a friend who's graduating from getting her PhD, and she's like, I haven't like written a business email in so long. She's going to go start her job after doing PhD for 7 years, and she's like, I don't know how to like really work Gmail. Like we don't do that in the lab, you know. She's like doing pipettes in the lab, and now she's like going consulting.
Like, shit, I got to use my computer.
Yeah, I got to like email, and that's like totally different. I feel like coming from education, that's like a different.
But it's good to push yourself. How did you get past being afraid? Were you just like, fuck it, I'm doing this?
Yeah, fuck it, I'm doing it. And I was like, I really always say that I was more afraid of regret than of failure.
I agree with that.
So I'd much rather like fall on my face than look back and say, God, I wish I had done something.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's good to scare yourself repeatedly. Like I think you work the muscle.
Yeah.
Like you probably do scary things every day, but it's less scary.
If you scare yourself all the time, if you're uncomfortable, then you're fine being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like I was even saying on my way down here, I used to come down my first couple of years to New York, and I would take like the 4 a.m. train or the bus, and I'd be like sweating bullets, like so
terrified.
nervous, and like to go meet with like an editor at Vogue who did not want to meet with me, and they'd meet with me in the lobby and be like, cute, bye. And I'd be like, I just came for this one thing, but like now I come to New York, I'm like, I'm not scared anymore
because you did.
But I'm meeting with you, I should be very scared. Like this is a scary thing, but like you do it so much,
you just get the habit of it.
You just get in the habit of being
That's
scared.
Like the first time, I think I've told this story before, but like I remember when I graduated from college coming to New York City. I'd never been to New York City.
Yeah.
And we never.
And you went to Colby,
anywhere.
right?
I went to Colby.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Oh, you went to
Skidmore. But all my friends went to, everyone went to Colby. I mean, it's just like a good
like
New England.
Like New England, like
everyone.
Let's drink beer and
Colby Bates
play sports.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I remember hailing a cab. And I was so scared to put my arm out. Like I was, like people were looking at me. Like I was like, putting my arm out. But then it's like, then you learn how to hail a cab.
Yeah.
You just gotta go for it.
You just gotta do it. Yeah.
So I think get out of your special education middle school job. Think about what you want to do. And the great news is you can always go back to that.
Yes. They're always looking for that.
Always.
Everyone needs help in that department.
Everyone needs help in many departments, but including that one. All right, that's it. Thank you to Christina for joining us. Thank you to everyone for submitting questions. And we will see you back here for my interview with Christina on Thursday.